Big lump on my head.
You ready? You ready for this? Who are you?
One of these days, we're going to get a cease and desist letter from, I don't even know what channel it's on, NBC, maybe?
I don't know. I don't think I sing the song well enough for anyone to really even know what the heck I'm doing. But anyway, what's happening, everybody? It's Wednesday. What's up? It's Wednesday. It is Wednesday, right?
It is.
Sure it's Wednesday.
Still Wednesday.
Still Wednesday. It's Boss Up and List Day. Teresa's already in the house, probably because she was just asking me questions. And I'm like, I'll let you know after the show. And then she's like, oh, the show.
So it was a good reminder.
So she's like jumping in the chat first.
Nobody else in the chat yet. Hopefully the alert has gone out. I haven't seen it come across my phone.
Well, we've got like 20 people watching already. So
sometimes YouTube is, it's random. Like I'll get an alert 7 hours after a show has posted that someone else has done. And then sometimes it actually, oh, nope, just got my alert.
There you go. Well, it usually it happens like right when it starts. But
yeah.
So we've got a lot of people in the chat. Look at that. There they are. And I see Allison in the chat. Allison, so the kids.
Is that a kapow? Is that what I think that's like a symbol because of the whole Batman mask from one of our sellers.
So Allison, she's got kids at home, but they just left for a week. So she's got like a week of solitude.
She's watching us.
Zen-like experience. Whatever. She watches us from a vacation in Hawaii. Come on.
That's true. That's dedication right there.
But she's got to get ready to set up the shaved ice truck.
That's true.
So that's going to be happening. But anyway, what's happening, everybody? So it is Wednesday. I'm Katie. This is Vicky, aka Victoria, aka don't tell her she's got a sty in her eye. AKA
no makeup. I put it on the top, but not the bottom. It's looking rough.
Whatever, you can't really see it.
I can see it. I've got this big red lump on my eye.
Yeah, she won't let me poke it with a needle. It's really rude. But
it's my freaking eyeball.
I know. I'm kidding. Anyway, but you're feeling better today, right?
Yeah, today's a lot better. It's one of those. Okay, everybody's had a sty at some point in their eye, right? It's one of those.
No, you're disgusting.
Apparently, I am, but. Apparently it's like an internal sty. It's not the kind that's on your lid that's external, so it's this big lump under your eyelid. It's really freaking painful. I've never had one like that before. So I did the whole soaking it in hot water and compresses all day yesterday, and then it's starting to feel better. I think it's getting better. Anyway, it's one of those things that's annoying. Like you're blinking all the time, so every blink aggravates it. What are you gonna do?
Well, let's see. Beautiful blessings or believable blessings says that you're still beautiful.
Aww, okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
I like that cute little pupper in your picture though.
Indeed. Anyway, Lori Rickson in the chat hasn't been around in a while. I haven't seen your name in a while. Can't believe I caught you lovely ladies. Anyway, yeah, everybody's coming in now. Allison says, is that the latest style?
Just stop. Stop.
Teresa says that you should put some raw bacon on it. We actually have some raw bacon.
That's pretty gross.
But I don't want to really waste it on your eyeball.
I don't want to waste any bacon on my eyeball. What is wrong with you?
I think that's what we're doing.
Abuse.
I think that's what we're doing for dinner tonight, right? We're having breakfast for dinner.
Sure.
Anyway, it's Wednesday. It's Boss Up and List Day. Give us the quick rundown. What is Boss Up and List Day?
Boss Up and List Day is our all-day virtual listing party that we host in the Boss Facebook group. If you're not in the Boss Facebook group, what are you waiting for? It's probably the best reseller group around.
Probably.
The link is down below. Well, I'm a little biased. I'll allow for a little bit of bias there.
Okay.
So Wednesday is the day that we talk about and we set our goals for the day. Sometimes it's a work goal, a listing goal, a picture goal, whatever. And we discuss our goals with our virtual coworkers and gather around the virtual water cooler, so to speak. And we take a break and we do our show.
So to speak.
At 11 o'clock Pacific time every Wednesday. And this is our businessy show, or the more businessy of the two that we do. Not that Katie and I are ever really serious about anything. But when we have new things to bring to you, we do. Like last week, we did a show about managed payments and all the changes that are happening there. And that was pretty informative and very serious. you know, with this whole lockdown, quarantine, corona, COVID crap lately, we've had to branch out a little bit. And we started doing this about 6 or 7 weeks ago when everything started, and this has been a lot of fun. So we're gonna ride this wave as long as we still think it's fun, and as long as you guys still think it's fun.
Basically, what we found is that we have way less views when we do the mass seller.
It's true.
But we like it.
Our least liked show that we do, but we like the show. So.
We like it. Actually, there are some people out there who said that it's like their favorite show. I think Lorna was saying earlier that this is like the only one that she comes and watches.
And clearly we only do this to amuse ourselves. So it's pretty fun. Is that we we've been able to have a few people on the show that we don't normally do a lot of interviews with other sellers. I know that's a lot of the format that a lot of YouTube shows in general take. And Katie's and I have never really gone that route.
We like to talk a lot, so it's hard to have guests, okay?
Yeah, we're rude. So it's been nice to actually have a few sellers get on and talk a little bit more and talk with us and give us a different perspective on themselves and get to know them a little bit better, as well as you guys get to know them a little bit better. So I think that's fun.
Yeah, for sure. Today we have you're getting a 2-for-1.
It's a twofer.
It's a twofer. We have 2 math sellers together. So it should be fun trying to guess who they are and then getting to just have a regular kind of interview show with them. But so what do we have coming up? We are actually going on Friday.
We are going on a sourcing weekend for this holiday weekend. We are actually going to go to Arizona. It's about a 6-hour drive. And we're going to go and stay at Teresa's Airbnb. Not with Teresa. We will be keeping a very big social distance from our friend. As much as we love her, there are not going to be any hugs, and there's going to be very little hanging out because Teresa has an elderly sick mom at home. And
Jen is sick of hearing you say that, so you're going to need to shut up.
But we are going to, spend a little bit of time with her. But we're not going to see any of our other Arizona friends while we're there either, just because everyone's. One is undergoing chemo right now, and she's immunocompromised. The other one has a big family, and so we're being careful. We can maintain our own environment, but we can't and don't want to be responsible.
You know what though?
For other people's.
I have to say that I do want to say I feel like you feel the need to rationalize or make sure everybody's aware that when we're going out that we're being extra careful, because you give that spiel.
No, it's
every
true,
time.
though.
No,
it's true, because I don't want to be in. I think that there is a lot of. I think there's a lot of social unrest about this whole situation from a lot of different sides. And we've been the ones that have been saying, be careful, don't be a dick, all that kind of stuff. And I want to feel like we are definitely practicing what we preach. Yeah. But we, the country does need to open back up slowly and safely, and we need to source for our businesses. Yeah. So,
but we better.
I'm not having a meetup. We're not having a meetup. We're not having a big party. That's what I'm trying to say. Is
we're not even gonna film because we can't.
We're not gonna film because you can't film with a mask on. It's just too difficult. So we're going to.
We're gonna get some work done, and hopefully we're gonna see Teresa. My hope is that we're gonna see Teresa, but we're probably gonna do it like from the opposite sides of the living room or something like that, and do some air high fives, and then maybe like spray Lysol in front of her because we really don't want her.
We might have her hold her breath, and then we'll spray her out in Lysol before we push her back outside. I think that's probably what we're gonna do. So get ready, Teresa.
Yeah. But hopefully it's going to be a successful trip, and we're going to find lots of stuff. I don't know. There's so many lines here to get into like Goodwill and to check out and stuff, but it sounds like it's not so bad in Phoenix because their thrift stores have been open for longer. We just need to get some sourcing done. So we're doing that. So we're there till Monday. So Sunday we will do our haul show from the Airbnb.
We might be doing some filming, Teresa, not inside stores. We might just do some filming like of our haul pit, all that kind of stuff when we get back to the house, maybe some silly stuff. Yeah. We're not going to film inside stores. It's just too complicated with, trying to take precautions. Yeah. So.
Yeah. Well, because whenever I go into a store, I just make I always have like my ID and my credit card like separate. Like I don't have it in my wallet. So it's like basically like minimizing what I touch and have to like sterilize later. So dealing with a camera, I just don't have to deal with that. Just like I don't take out my phone either. So it is what it is. But anyway, so we'll be doing our Sunday live haul show from Arizona on Sunday. So that should be really fun. But also tomorrow, couple things. Tomorrow I'm getting my hair cut. Finally.
Thank God.
I got some serious. I was about to start putting beads in my neck hair. I can you know, get that going on. But anyway, so I get to go tomorrow and get my hair cut, and then we're gonna go.
I got my hair cut and my nails done. So
what?
You know.
And then we're gonna go to Jesse's parents' house and hopefully buy a bunch of stuff from them. So I'm looking forward to that tomorrow because his mom sells on eBay. So.
Yeah, see, Lorna gets me. Nothing wrong with being careful and repeating it. It's like best practices. Got to apply it by talking about it if you're applying it. So I agree. I mean, you personally, I feel like you do whatever makes you comfortable. I have to say, I was stressing last night about going around and even being around Teresa because I love Teresa. She's one of our dear friends, and I'm just very concerned with being around her because of her mom being sick, and I don't want to be responsible for getting her mom sick.
Yeah.
So that's how I feel.
Absolutely.
So.
Anyway, all right, so we have special guests today.
We do. We have two.
We have two.
Dos. Uno, dos, tres.
No, two.
No, I can't do that.
All right, guys, so we're doing the mass seller today. We have two mystery guests, okay? Now, some of you are going to know who they are. Some of you aren't, so we are going to do this like we've done with every other mass seller. You guys are going to ask the questions in the chat, yes or no questions only, since they will not be speaking because they don't have awesome, like crazy voice.
You need like the voice scramblers. Yeah.
Right. So yes or no questions only. We're going to guess a few things. First of all, we're going to guess what state they are in. So I'm giving you that. They are in the United States. We've yet to have somebody from another country. But so you're going to guess which state they are in. And you're also going to guess what other jobs they do, like what their other professions might be other than reselling, because obviously they are sellers. And then, of course, we'll guess who they are.
I just wanted to answer one quick question. Tommy, did I have to wear a mask when I was getting my hair done? Yes. Both hair and nails, stylist and customer have to wear masks. It was fine. You know, the way that the salons that I go to, both of them are also my friends. But they basically rent rooms inside big salons. So they have their own little closet that you're in. So it's just you and the stylist with the door closed and a fan on. So you're not around a lot of people and you're not in a big open area. So it was pretty fine.
Yeah. I just got a message today, a text message earlier from my guy, basically saying that I have to wear a mask. The building is locked, so I have to come right at my appointment time, and he'll come let me in. And then we go into, he basically has like a little closet too. He shares with a couple other guys, so I'm assuming that they're like, they must be staggered.
Oh yeah, that's the other thing. You wait outside for them to come and get you for your appointment.
So he'll come get me.
Nobody's hanging out in a waiting area.
And they're not doing shampoo services. So usually, I mean, I always wash my hair before I go anyway, even though that he does it again. So basically just said, make sure your hair's clean when you come. And then,
well, mine, they have to do shampoo services when you color your hair. So, I mean, it's not an option, but yeah.
But so we'll see.
I think they're trying to minimize it when they can.
All right. Are you guys ready? Are you ready with your questions? Here we go. I'm bringing them on.
Bring them on.
I'm bringing them on. Here we are. Bonnie and Clyde. Interesting. They don't look like the Bonnie and Clyde I remember, but
I like how it's all black. It's completely black, and I think it's Bonnie and Clyde. The names are opposite. Maybe they're not. No,
they're not. No, they're not. You don't know.
I don't know.
You don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know what I'm talking about.
I will say I like how I feel like maybe it's just that every house everywhere has the same color walls. But
clearly we are. Everybody thinks we have our guests held in the guest bedroom.
It always looks like we're basically in the same space as our guests, and we just have them in another room. Anyway, guys. Okay,
everybody has a room with beige walls, apparently.
We've got Bonnie and Clyde here. Let's start asking some questions so we can see if we can figure out who they are. And then as soon as we guess who they are, we will have them take their masks off for the big reveal. And
they've got their yes or no
chat with them.
Yeah.
So we're gonna need some questions. All right, Tommy in Seattle, male female couple. Good question. Good question. What's the answer, guys? You got you. Yes.
All right.
That was very dramatic. It was a very dramatic.
It was a slow roll. It was like a slow reveal.
Greg wants to know what the safe word is.
Hey now, Greg.
Yes, no.
All right.
So Rick wants to know if they live in Vegas. Do you guys live in Vegas? Are you here? Are you in our spare bedroom? Nope, they don't live in Vegas. They do not live in Vegas. All right, guys, keep the questions coming. So we can figure out who they are. Oh, apparently Teresa.
Pineapple is the safe word.
The safe word is pineapple.
Apparently she watches a lot of not Chris Rock. What the heck's his name?
I don't know.
It's a
story.
I know. Sorry. It's a stand-up comic that uses the safe word is pineapple. I had a blank of who it is. It's part of his stand-up. It's very funny.
The way you retell that is really good.
I know.
Lorna wants to know, do you live in the Northwest? And they're already answering no. Either that, or they might just
Kevin Hart. No. Thank you, Shelley. I knew it was somebody I watched all the time.
Tommy wants to know if you're on the West Coast. Are you on the West Coast? Yes. Yes. Teresa wants to know if you live in Ross. Just kidding.
I don't know what that means.
I don't know. Okay, Teresa wants to know, are you in Southern California? Are you in Southern California? Yes. Okay, so multiple people have asked if you're in California. So yes, they're in California. They're on the West Coast. They're in California.
They're in Southern California.
What? So we know they're in Southern California. What might they do for jobs other than being sellers, guys? Before you try to start guessing who they are, let's find out.
Let's drag this out a little bit. Would we? Could we?
Drag it out a little bit. Okay, Liz wants to know, do you have dogs? Do you guys have dogs? I don't know the answer to this. No, they do not have dogs. They do not have dogs. Let's see. Barbara wants to know, are you tiki lovers? Are you tiki lovers? They went like this. There was a little bit of this and a yes.
Yeah, okay.
Let's see. Tommy wants to know, do you have a YouTube? Do you have a YouTube? Yes. The answer to that is yes.
Lorna's question.
What? Where? What?
Did you go to eBay Open last year?
Yes, yes.
We're getting the nod before the
Tommy wants to know if you dumpster dive. I don't think I know the answer to this question either. No dumpster diving. Yeah, I'm not much of a dumpster diver. Have you ever dumpster dived? Yeah, you never would. I don't even know why
why would you ask that question? Have you met me?
All right, Liz wants to know, do you have an Instagram? Yes. All right, guys. Keep asking. We're trying to find out what other work they do. What other work do they do? And Rick wants to know if you recently got engaged. No. Teresa wants to know if you're foodies. Yes, they're foodies. I like food too. Do you like food?
I like food.
Yeah.
I wouldn't consider myself a foodie. I'm just not discerning enough to be a foodie. Yeah. But clearly I like food.
Oh, here we go. Liz has a good question. Do you like to work out? Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes. Marie wants to know, are you devoted to the gym and exercise? Yes. Yes. I don't know. I think that, should we take more questions? What do you think?
Let's see.
I feel like there's been a lot of guesses in the chat.
There've been a lot.
There've been a lot. I don't even know.
Let's put this one right here.
Which one?
Danica's question.
Where? Okay. Do they ship quick? Yes. You guys, what do they do for a job, though? What kind of work do they do? Let's see.
Lorna asked.
Well, she asked if they work at other jobs and resellers. And yes, they do. She says, LOL. All right. Let's see. I don't know who said it first, but somebody guessed. It's basically been guessed like 500 times in the chat. Susan says, quick ship resellers, which, it's close. It's close. I don't know. Has anyone actually said their full name? Does somebody, come on, guys. Oh, Teresa wants to know, do they sell quicker? Come on, guys. Who's going to say their full name correctly? Huh? Somebody? They do.
Wow, okay, quick. So we've got two comments in here about their other jobs, and both, I believe.
Yeah, Marie says you have a family restaurant.
Yes.
Sandra says physical training. And we got it right here. Junk Girl Patty, sell quick, ship quick. Who are you? Who? Now you gotta take the masks off. Who? I like the.
Oh, do I take it off now?
All right. Actually, Tiffany and Hugo, guys, of Sell Quick, Ship Quick.
Hello. Thank you for having us.
Hello. So we met these guys last year at eBay Open. I have to tell you, everybody met them at eBay Open, first of all. Between them and Will and Jenny, they're 4 of the most outgoing, energetic, cutest couples, the 2 couple I've ever seen. You guys were so much fun to meet, and you were so excited to get around and meet everybody that you made it infectious for everybody to meet you too. So, you know, we all meet a lot of people at eBay Open, but you guys and Will and Jenny just like completely stuck in my head as like 4 of my favorite people.
Well,
that we got to meet.
Hugo really likes free stuff.
Yes.
So when they're giving free stuff out, he's all over it. So he was like in his prime there. Anyway, how's it going, guys?
Great. I mean, they're giving away shipping tape. We can't ship quick if we don't have tape.
All the way up your arms.
I look like I was raving with all those colorful tapes in my wrist. I was like,
So a lot of people are talking about your Instagram. Listen, if you're not following them on Instagram, we will have the link right below the show. You should be. They have one of the best Instagram accounts out of anybody I know. They have a very big following too, almost 12,000 people following them. But just very entertaining, and you do Instagram right. They do Insta stories, but they also do a lot of sharing business and personal both. You do a great mix, so that it really gives a good picture of who you are as people, which I think is so much fun. I completely lack in that. I'm not good at Instagram.
Oh, my last Instagram post was before the shutdown.
So like I don't do Instagram as much as I should. If you watch the show, you'd absolutely know who I am and what I'm all about. But if you don't watch the show, you would get no indication of me based on Instagram.
All right, Sell Quick, Ship Quick. Find them on Instagram and of course on YouTube as well.
They're out there, the cutest couple, both looks wise and personality wise. So I think you guys are just so much fun and adorable. So I have a little crush. I have a crush. They're cute. They're fun. So tell us about your reselling experience. When did you get started? How did you get started?
Well, Hugo watched a lot of American Pickers.
Yeah.
And
those shows.
And I think like many years ago, he was watching American Pickers and was like, I'm gonna go do this. This is great. I'm gonna go find these things. I'm like, okay, yeah.
She's very supportive.
Like, go for it.
Okay, all right, honey.
All right, yeah, okay. I was like, no, I'm gonna make it. They found this one toy and it sold for billions. I'm gonna do the same.
I said, sure, let's go. I went to a garage sale with him. I think he found some old playing cards and a Japanese. What was it?
Some Japanese card game and some old vintage blow torches, like work torches. And I was like, I got some good stuff.
And it sold quick. He's like, look, I can make this. I just need to buy the shipping equipment. Like, I just need to get the poly mailers or the padded envelopes. And he bought a lot.
Well, it was cheaper if I bought 1,000 than if I just bought one. So I ended up buying 1,000.
Used 2. And then the 998 sat in our garage for a few years.
Yeah, I stopped selling soon after that because the family restaurant took off. And then I was like, oh, well, you know, my time went in there.
I think, and then years later, you're watching YouTube, right? Is that how you got back into it?
Yeah, I think I came up on it on YouTube. About like, it went back into doing like retail arbitrage. And then I was like, that's not real. And sure enough, while doing it for fun, I found some stuff. But the main thing was we found this beard trimmer that had like a laser guide and all kinds of stuff. We found it for $50, but when I looked, it was selling for $300. I was like, no, this isn't real. So I was like, I'll try one. And overnight it sold. So then that triggered us, and all of a sudden we started going to buy all the razors we could find.
I think we took a road trip north of LA.
Road trip in LA means we drove further into LA.
Yeah.
was 3 hours instead of 1.
Exactly. And so we hit every TJ Maxx, Ross, Marshalls that we could find and just picked up all these razor things.
And to go with the foodie question from earlier, every we would go shop, then go have tacos, then shop, then have ramen, then shop, then have donuts. Like, yeah, we were just eating the whole way too.
Nice.
Like, eating road trips are fantastic. I mean, come on.
How many, Teresa is somebody who does a similar thing with like retail arbitrage, where she'll find something that's good at like Ross, and she'll seriously go to every single one in over a couple of states. How many did you end up, of the razors, did you actually end up finding?
Well, like 8 or 9.
I think, yeah, there's 8 or 9. And I think 2 of those ended up being free because the cashier person didn't scan it, but we didn't realize it till we got home.
Yeah, because we were in our run, so we just kept paying. We put things in the bag, and then we got home. He checked all the receipts, and she was like, "They didn't charge us for these." It's like, all right, awesome.
Well, that was like 3 hours away in LA driving time.
Yeah.
So.
That's pretty cool. So you made a couple $1,000s off of that right away, and that seems like that's a big kick in the butt to get started.
It really was. And what was that?
You get hooked on it when it's something big like that, a quick rush, and then it's like, then you're chasing it. It's like a heroin addict. You're constantly chasing that first high of that first big sale, right?
Oh yeah. I think from that, and then he was just doing like smaller RA flips, except we didn't know it was called retail arbitrage.
I didn't know I was doing RA. I was just flipping things. And later on, I was like, hey, this whole time we were doing RA.
Yeah, they didn't call it that when I started doing it either. So,
Do you thrift at all, or do you just do?
Oh, no, completely changed. So that was the reason I did that at first, was because I was nervous about selling used things on eBay, thinking like, used, more likely to get returned or maybe scams, all those concerns. So I thought, if I do something brand spanking new in a box with a barcode, it's less likely I'm going to go wrong. And then soon realized, let's venture into the thrifted. So
I think more YouTube. We saw Katie's YouTube. We were watching Wade and just a bunch of different people, and I was just listening to it in the background. I didn't know how to list on eBay, and he was trying to explain it to me when he started. And I'm like, I'm a visual learner. I don't know what you're saying to me right now. And then I think I started watching YouTubes on kind of explaining it, but seeing it on screen, like a screen share. Mm-hmm. And so I started to help him more so when he developed his pile system and we never knew what things were. And I would ask him how much money something made. And he's like, I think we made money off of it. I'm like, well, how much?
She'd be like,
positive.
Well, okay, so how much did you pay for that? I was like, I either paid $4 or $7. And she's like, okay, so how much did you make on it? We either made $2 or $5. I don't know. And then slowly, like she said, the piles were getting bigger, and by piles, it was like softer hard goods and then like electronics hard goods. And then she's like, okay, no, we got to get this fixed.
Yeah.
Well, and now you have a fantastic organization system, actually. Again, if you don't follow them on Instagram or YouTube, take a look, because they do show their organization system a few different times. And I don't watch a lot of YouTube. We say this all the time. I don't watch a lot of YouTube, but I do follow you guys on Instagram, and you're one of the only people I actually watch the stories. I get bored. I'm not an Instagram person, so I'll flip through every day. But if it's somebody I like and know is actually doing a story, I actually watch them. And yours, I actually watch. And you're one of the handful, just because they're interesting. But they're funny. You're always doing something funny. Hugo, you are a friggin' riot. Like, he doesn't give a shit. That's really what it is. He will do anything to be goofy and to get a laugh and to be silly. And I love that. I love that. It's funny. It's endearing.
This is
Teresa wants to know where your home base is and if you're near Will and Jenny, because we all love you.
If you're familiar with Southern California, then we're by Pasadena. We're about 15 minutes north of downtown LA. Yeah. And then Will and Jenny, they were about an hour away from us before.
Then they moved a little bit south.
And now they're like 50 minutes away from us.
Oh, that's pretty good. You guys hang out. They're thrifting nomads for anybody who doesn't know who Will and Jenny are.
Yeah, they were supposed to be on the show a few weeks ago. Actually, it's been a couple months now. And then Jenny's grandfather unfortunately passed away, and she had to go to Mexico for a while, so we postponed it. But they will be on the show at some point. We're going to do a Friday after dark with them because they're another really fun, super cute couple that I think you guys will all enjoy.
And they like tacos too.
They do like tacos too. Although I don't know, they've been doing the keto lately, so you can
have tacos without
keto tacos are pretty good. Keto taco. If you can
do keto tacos, we don't do keto tacos.
Taco shell out of cheese though is actually okay.
Oh yeah, that's delicious.
And that's keto. So the fake flour, no, but the shell made out of cheese, you can get behind that one. That one's actually pretty good.
Yeah.
So you guys call yourselves part-time sellers because you actually have multiple other things that you do. Can you tell us a little bit about what kind of stuff you do for work?
So we have a private personal training business that's currently out of commission temporarily. I'm a financial aid advisor for a vocational school that teaches personal training. He's an in-person instructor there.
Yeah, on normal times.
My family also has we just downsized to one, but we have a Vietnamese restaurant in the San Gabriel Valley, and I do the finances and stuff, and then he does the daily market runs for the restaurant. And then we also do the janitorial for the school.
Yeah, we do janitorial for the school. And then we also I do property management for my mom. She has a couple properties, but she lives up in the Bay Area.
So you do a few things.
So you do a whole lot of stuff, and a whole lot of it is not active right now.
Yeah. And then we do YouTube and social media stuff too.
So how, with everything being closed down, how have you kind of taken advantage of that time to focus on like your selling business? Have you been able to grow because of it?
Well, thankfully, it's not that we foresaw the closure coming, but we saw that, slowly things were closing down, and so the week prior to closing, we shopped, I think, every day, and we were coming home with like spending anywhere between $150 to $200 at each Goodwill store for
it was about 2 weeks of that. Yeah. 2 weeks of that. So we had a huge money pile at home.
Like we didn't process it. We just brought it home, made sure we got it on the book, and then put it aside.
Yeah, and we've been slowly working through that, and just thinking about when our stores are going to be reopening. We've been slowly going through that pile and then ending and relisting all our things, and our sales have increased the last 2 months compared to before that. But we started to take on a lot more home projects, pretty much putting off all the things that we wanted to do before.
Mm-hmm. Same. I think so many people are doing that, right? All the home improvement crap that you put to the side. It's like, all right, I don't have any excuses now.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, and part of it that we've said, like, even though that's not necessarily making us, money, it's bringing us good mental health because it's something that's making us happy. And if we're going to be home, we should be happy instead of grumpy and trying to list and make sales while also upset at things and everything. So
yeah, for sure.
We were fortunate. We did a big backyard renovation literally 2 weeks before everything hit. So we have this beautiful backyard oasis that we didn't know we were going to have. And thank God, because we're going to be spending an awful lot of time there this summer. Yeah. So, we did a whole inventory project where we changed over a couple of rooms. So we did, of course, we handled it all within the first 2 weeks. So then we were like, oh, now what? But it helps because it's stuff that, like you said, it's stuff you put off and you're like, I should do this. It will help, but it's who wants to take the time? And so we did, and I'm glad we did because, everything's a little bit nicer because of it. But
so Tommy wants to know what kind of stuff you guys sell. You've talked a little bit about RA and thrifting, but do you have like any particular niche, or do you just buy whatever you think you can sell?
We sell anything and everything that's not nailed down.
Yeah, we actually very much veered away because we have done Amazon for 2 Q4s already. But it really is just the Q4 thing that we'll jump in and try to do. But slowly we're getting away from it because we really do enjoy the thrifting side of things mostly.
but you can find anything. Like, we have clothes, we have children's stuff, toys, electronics, parts.
Like appliance parts.
Yeah.
We have what else?
Beauty.
We got shoes, beauty, video, audio stuff.
Furniture.
In the past, we sold toilet paper rolls, the empty ones.
Yeah. When we first started,
it was more of a challenge. Like, that doesn't happen. Let's see if it does, and it did.
Yeah.
It sold.
So what are each of your like favorite things to find when you are thrifting? Do you have like things that get you more excited than other stuff?
I really like hard goods and electronics. And then on a normal trip to the Goodwill, we'd go and I'd go straight to hard goods, electronics, look at toys. I always like looking for the weird stuff. Even like in home appliances that looks like garbage, but we've gotten lucky with certain like bread mixers and stuff that look like garbage. And then I go to clothes. Not that I hate clothes, but it's not my favorite.
Yeah, that's how I feel. I shop the perimeter of all the stores first because I like all the hard goods, and then I'll go and look at clothes. But it's hard goods first for me, so I'm with you. Even though I'm 50-50 in my store, it's because clothing is a lot easier to find. Yeah, it's not because it's my favorite.
See, and clothing's my favorite, but I have such a specific thing I look for that's not necessarily the easiest to find, at least for the prices I want.
So there were a couple people asking for the name of their restaurant. I think Tiffany put it in while Hugo was talking. The name of the restaurant, that's Mo. She lives in the San Gabriel Valley. And that's the name of the restaurant right there.
All right.
It's in Monterey Park.
I want to go eat there. I love, you said it's Vietnamese food, right?
Yeah.
I love
Vietnamese food. Except you don't like pho. I don't like pho, but I love nem chao. I love, like, I don't know. I like lots of Vietnamese food. Pho bores me. It's like,
I love it.
It's me.
The funny thing is, like, pho is, it sounds weird, but it's like the taco of Vietnamese food. It's what we are often known for. But there's so much other food.
Because our restaurant is actually most popular for a spicy beef noodle soup, which is the popular dish from the city. So my family's from central Vietnam, which is Nha Trang. And we're like the in and out of Vietnamese restaurants. And you guys are like near Vegas. So the Vietnamese restaurants have like 300 menu items usually.
Yeah,
right? It's like
I always find plenty I like. And I don't, just because I don't like pho doesn't mean I don't like other stuff.
Ours is a blackboard that I created for the restaurant, and there's 7 items on there.
That's all we carry. Yeah, so we carry a lot less.
It's like 7 items, and then my aunt gets creative and she'll put up a special of the week that no one knows what's gonna happen. And she's like, "Hey, this week we're gonna have."
Yeah, she'll show up with ingredients. Hey, we're gonna make flan today. Okay, yeah, we're gonna do it from now on. And then
2 weeks later, we're not doing flan anymore. We're doing coffee jello. Sure, Mom.
Okay.
So you've got all these different things that you're doing along with reselling. Where, like, if you could, what is your goal? Like, do you want to keep doing a bunch of different stuff and keep being involved with the restaurant? Do you wish that you could someday just do reselling full time? Like, or just, I guess I'm just wondering, curious.
I think we're really happy doing the different things that we do. Like the restaurant, it's my family's restaurant. I think we're forever attached to the restaurant. And then training's been just, it's a passion of ours because it helps me with my own health issues, and working with people who have health issues too. It means a lot to us to be able to help people. And then we really enjoy reselling. I think all this stuff, the main thing is
we get to do what we like. Yeah, because like for instance, with if we only did personal training, it's one of those jobs where you got to show up to make your pay. I mean, there are other ways of doing it, but we'd have to get clients that we don't necessarily. You don't like all your clients, but if you're a personal trainer full time, you got to get all the clients you can, whether you like them or not, and adjust. Because we're part time in all these different things, the clients we have, we love. We've had them. We've had one client as long as we've been married, like for years, and it's become relationship. So we care, they care. So, which makes it a great ability, and that's because we have other things like reselling and the restaurant that we can adjust.
Yeah.
So making sure that you're financially able to do the things that you love. I mean, that's really,
Yeah.
you're pretty much, you love doing everything that you do. And because of reselling, it allows you to have a little more freedom to really like what you're doing instead of it feeling like a terrible job.
Yeah, even with travel, because like when we do decide to travel on, normal times, we went to hang out with our friends up in Portland. And if we had a 9-to-5 job, it'd be difficult to try to plan both our vacation times. But because of all the part-time, our clients were like, hey, we're going to be out for a week. They're like, oh, perfect. No worries. Then the restaurant, I just prepped them with what they needed for a week. And they're like, okay, you're fine. School said we're good. And then while we're away, reselling is happening.
Right.
So, I mean, it really allows
other resellers. Vacationing with other resellers is a lot of fun too.
Oh yes, because no matter where you go,
I watched in jealousy of your Hawaiian vacation. I have to say I was living vicariously through that one.
That was really fun.
It was really fun. I mean, because I think if you're a reseller and if you travel with family, you still want to thrift and do reselling things when you get there. So it's great to get there and have reselling people to do those things with that won't mind. That will be like, oh, you mean you want to go to Goodwill? Sure, let's go.
Right.
True. Very true. So Noelle, Farm Girl Scavenger, says, hey. She gives a $20.20 super chat. She says, Katie, Vicky, Hugo, and Tiff, 4 of my favorite people. Love you all. There's lots of cute emojis there.
She's great. We met up with her. We were up in Portland. We got to see her. Yeah. And when she gave us an awesome Portland Starbucks cup.
Very cool.
Some delicious things.
Yeah. Go visit Noelle for things.
Well, hopefully we'll be able to get back to Oregon in the well, I guess December probably. That's what our goal is.
Our goal is December, and hopefully we'll get a chance to meet up with Chrissy, because we actually were supposed to meet up with Chrissy last time we were there, and there was a snowstorm last February, and she was not working. She works in Portland, like almost downtown Portland, and we were going to meet up with her there for at least for lunch while she was working. And we weren't able to coordinate because of the weather, and that was our last day there, and we haven't been back since.
Yeah, we were supposed to go basically at the beginning of this month for my nephew's wedding, but obviously that couldn't do that. So yeah, but we like thrifting. I mean, I'm from Oregon, so I like the thrifting's pretty good there. I like it.
Oh yeah,
it was fun to see. It's different. I mean, every city has its own abundance of something.
Yeah. Like I love where we live, but I actually really like thrifting. I don't like thrifting as much when I get back home to Rhode Island. There's not a lot there.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay, but it's not.
There's not a whole lot.
It's not a thrifty place.
Yeah.
For
sure. There's probably maybe there's good like estate sales or something, but we never like.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I feel like the more you go East Coast, you have the higher possibility of pretty great estate sales that have hidden gems.
Great estate sales. Great auctions and things like that, but you have to really plan to be able to attend those when you're like visiting,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because in LA, I mean, we do yard sales and garage sales, but sometimes we've gone to a few where we're like, oh, we're gonna get up early and go to these in this area. We show up, nothing but Target and IKEA, and I'm like,
we did go to one when the Coogee sweaters were big, and they had a ton of them listed. And so we showed up at that estate sale, and they were charging $40 per sweater.
And they were holy. They were in great condition.
Yeah.
And no negotiation. I was like, I woke up for this. This is not cool.
So somebody's talking about a reseller meetup in Portland. Last time we were there was a reseller meetup in Portland. Actually, Wade and the Portland Pickers put together a reseller meetup around our trip that we were there. So we did have a big reseller meetup last time we were there. There were like, I don't even know, probably 100 people there, and I think we knew only half of them.
Yeah,
they weren't there just for us. Obviously, no. It was Wade's channel and stuff like that. But we just coordinated it so that we could all be a part of it. But
yeah, for sure. So hey guys, we've still got like 15 minutes left in the show. So if you have questions specifically for Tiffany and Hugo, sell quick, ship quick, ask your questions. We got them here.
Nanette says you're part-time resellers but full-time hustlers.
Yeah,
that's good explanation.
Yeah,
for sure.
All right. So what do you have to say? You got any questions?
I got not much else. No.
No.
What are you looking forward to the most when we're released from everything?
Whatever.
What food do you miss?
What food? Well, I gotta say, I'm very lucky because she cooks all kinds of food. So home cooking has been great. I get Italian food. I get different Vietnamese dishes, Thai dishes. So I do want to go as soon as I get out. I mean, I'll make steak for us at home, but I would like to go to a good steakhouse.
Yeah.
Yeah. And sushi.
We've been having a lot of steak here because it's like we were just talking. Like, I feel like our steaks on the grill are usually better than what you can get in a restaurant anyway.
Yeah, we prefer our steaks at home, but almost everything else I prefer out. I'm so sick of cooking at home. Yeah. I just want to go to a nice restaurant. It doesn't even have to be a super nice restaurant, you know? I don't know.
Just a restaurant.
Just a restaurant.
Where they put the food in front of you.
Where you order off a menu and there are options and you just...
I've been cooking a lot for her though, guys. So she's been having that at home. It's just
true. She likes to cook more than I hate to cook. Yeah. I cook because I have to. It's a necessity, not because I like it. She actually likes it.
All right. Teresa has some good questions. 2 parts. First one, what's your best sell quick tip?
List your items and don't hold on to a money pile.
Yeah.
Have you ever had something that just like sat around for a year and you finally list it and it sells like the next day?
Right here. We had these slides and it was a recent sale, but they were the 35 millimeter slides, the Kodak slides, little tiny ones. And we picked them up at an estate sale almost a year and a half ago.
Almost 2 years ago.
Yeah. But it was like a $5 fine. And it was just really tedious to put into the projector and look at what was on the slide. And you finally went through it and just threw up a huge lot for $2,000. And so someone looked at the slide, found a picture they liked, and asked to purchase that one slide for $20. And so Hugo went in and offered a few more slides.
Well, part of it was, okay, I was like, all right, $20 for one slide. I could do that out of all the thousands I have here. So I was like, but I have to find that one slide now. I was like, I don't want to work that hard for $20. So I was like, how about we do, I'll find that one and I'll get 9 more and we do 100 for 10 slides, similar to that one. The guy's like, all right, perfect. All right. So I went in and dug. But while digging, I ended up separating all the train slides because I had to search it. And then I took a picture of the 10. I was like, all right. So I enrolled this through eBay messages. And I was like, so this is what I have. I can put up a listing for these 10 for 100, and then I'd set a picture of the pile of train slides. I was like, I have similar ones here that I can do only train slides for 600. And the guy was like, would you do 5 and then you keep some of the train slides? I was like, I guess I could do that. I mean,
so you got a $20 offer and somehow you turned it into $500.
Yeah.
And we still have slides left. So those just need to get put into different groupings. But
yeah, because we have slides of just families hanging out at home. Because, I mean, looking back, people didn't have iPhones or even digital cameras.
What?
I know.
Really?
So people didn't have a bunch of selfies that they text each other. So instead, everyone took random pictures in their front steps. So we have a lot of pictures of families in front steps, and that's it. Then we have some advertisement ones, so I have to split those up. And then we have Yellowstone, like in the 80s and 70s. So
we had like the Disneyland when it opened.
We have not when it opened. Early on. Yeah, early on.
The Yellowstone ones, I bet, will sell really well too.
Yeah. Trains and Disney. I mean, you've got some great. I mean, what did you sit on those for so long for? That's some great content. Shame.
So Teresa, the second part of her question is, what's your best ship quick tip?
Well, I think we joke around because I came up with the name Sell Quick Ship Quick because I wanted anyone that came to our store to know that
we sell quick.
We'll reasonably negotiate to sell quick and we'll get your item out quick. So sometimes people will be more reasonable with their pricing if they know they're going to get the item quick. Mm-hmm. So that's part of the reason we did that. But we also set up, and I mean, right now, more people might be able to do it if you're willing to go to the post office daily. But our cutoff, we used to have our cutoff at 6 a.m. to be same day shipping. So on a regular day, I'd wake up at 6, check if I have to ship anything that sold overnight. If not, I'd go back to sleep. But now I extended it to noon so that basically if someone from East Coast is shopping our store in the morning, it'll tell them that I can ship it same day. So it'll give them the incentive of getting it earlier. Yeah. Which helps with negotiating.
Yeah, so our noon cutoff time.
Yeah.
All right.
We also use
same day shipping yet.
I don't. I still do next day.
But I
do exactly what you're saying. I will up until about 9 o'clock that morning. I'm gonna ship everything that comes in overnight anyway. So,
but I mean, it makes sense. Like I might as well do same day and have the cutoff be 8 or 9 a.m. because depending on what is in the world.
I used to have the cutoff at like 2 in the morning. But and it's still counted as same day shipping. But the reason that makes a difference for us out here with West Coast time, because people on the East Coast that get up early and shop in the morning will have access to purchasing under our accounts here on the West Coast and expect same day shipping.
Yeah, for sure.
There's not too many people on the West Coast that are shopping at 3 in the morning, but East Coast for them, that's actually 6 a.m. when they're getting up for their coffee.
Yeah, I do think that that's like the biggest thing to have happy buyers. I mean, obviously you have to have something that they want to buy from you, but there's really only 2 things that you have to do, and it's give them the item that they're expecting. So you got to have like good pictures and disclose if there's any issues, whatever, and get it to them quickly, because if they get their stuff quick, it's like it blows their minds, because there are so many sellers out there who either take multiple days or there's so many issues around it, and almost every feedback I get, I swear it says something about how fast they got it.
I think a lot of people. Have you guys been shopping more since you're home? Are you finding yourself buying more online than you normally would, kind of like the rest of the country?
A little bit, but we're not shopping too much.
I'm shopping for plants.
Yeah.
So our house is turning into a jungle of plants, but not really buying other things. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I would say the other tip would be to cross post.
If you ship quick and you're on Poshmark, you stand out so much, because all the comments, like we'll get messages, are you going to ship this soon? Like, yep, this is getting
I was like, it's already in the mail.
Same thing for Grailed, because on Grailed, which is just men's clothing, you can't set like a handling time. It just automatically gives you 5 days to ship. And I feel like a lot of the dudes who like sell on Grailed are like these streetwear kids, and I'm sure I'm being super overly general, but a lot of them I feel like are a little irresponsible and aren't necessarily the best sellers.
They don't care. They're just whatever.
And but I think that's pretty standard in the whole thrifted streetwear, vintage streetwear world. And so just because I sell same day or ship same day or next day, I feel like it makes a huge difference in people coming back.
Yeah, and we use that too. So we use that as a tactic when we negotiate. So we get an offer on eBay that we counter. We'll let them know. It depends on time. Because I put the cutoff at noon in case I have to leave the house or something. But really, I'll take shipping out closer to 4 or 5. So if we get an offer in around 2 or 3, I'll message them and say, can we actually meet here at the mill at this price? And if you can pay by 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, I can ship it today.
Yeah.
At no additional, whatever.
No additional charge. Yeah.
Yeah. And then it helps a lot. Same with Poshmark.
And Mercari.
Yeah, and Mercari.
Poshmark and Mercari, I do that as well, because I think, like you said, they give you so much time to ship, and there's really no regulations on it. So I'm kind of like, if I get an order in the morning, I'm going to ship it that same day, and I do it on Posh and Mercari, and people are like, whoa, like that's fast.
Yeah. And then the other thing we do is, even though, it's just conspiracy, nobody completely knows how the famous eBay algorithm works, but I package things every night as well. One, so that I don't wake up to a headache of shipping, but also I feel when I close transactions with shipping, tracking, and everything ready to go, I have it in a bin. but closing those transactions in the morning, we wake up to more offers. And I really do feel that by closing, having positive activity on the platform, showing eBay that we not only received the money, but we got tracking up and loaded, ready to go, that it promotes us as a good seller. So
nice.
Every night.
There's some theory to that.
Yeah, for sure. And you know, Grail, that's one of the, you know, there's all these different platforms and they all have their ups and downs. Like Grail is terrible for you. There's no way you can look at reports. There's no like shipping page. It's like you just look at like the messages and that's where the shipping information is. So it's really weird. But one of the things I really do like about them is they put up like these little things next to your name. It says like you're a trusted seller, you're a speedy shipper, you're a quick responder, and all those things. So when somebody's shopping your store, they know they can probably be okay with buying from you.
Yeah.
I do see that there's a fuzzy thing in your lap, but it's covered by your name on the screen. So we need to see the
It's a kitty. They said they didn't have dogs.
No, we don't have dogs.
This is Ginger.
Ginger.
She's cute.
Ginger. Yeah.
She's Ginger, but she's not a ginger.
I know. She's not an orange tabby cat.
No, I don't know where our boy is right now. But we have Ginger and Wasabi.
Nice. I like the names.
Food.
Of course. It's all about the food. So Susan had a quick question in the chat. I found about 30 Screen Stars t-shirts the other day. Woohoo! Not washed. They're places of Maine and Cape Cod. Are they worth anything? Souvenir t-shirts have value, even vintage. Yeah.
It helps if they have good graphics, interesting graphics. But I like that kind of stuff. I can sell that, especially dead stock, 40, 30, even 40. Up to $50, depending on what it looks like.
I was going to say $30, $40, depending on the graphic.
For sure. I don't know. Do you guys do much vintage t-shirts?
I've tried to get into the vintage t-shirt, but it's hard in LA, partially because when we do a normal schedules out thrifting, we normally do it in the evening after our other jobs. So after we have training or if we school, whatever it is.
The men's t-shirts in our Goodwills are
rated. I think it's because we have plenty of t-shirt sellers that will go in the morning and at lunch and just go straight for t-shirts. And I do see them like on the weekends if we go thrift and I'll see strict t-shirt guys. Yeah,
there's one store that we really like to go to and it's in the like hipster neighborhood and there's a handful of resellers that we see every time we go, but they're standing at the entrance of where they pull out the racks. Like, I'm not going to fight anyone. We're not aggressive.
That's much.
I don't like doing that stuff. And nowadays, like in the last like year or so, it's gotten so bad to where, you know, the t-shirt section in our like Savers and stuff are just packed with guys just going crazy through them.
All the resellers.
Like, I don't like fighting for stuff. And I've become so much more picky that it's like, I basically go to hang out with her at the thrift stores, and my hope is I'll find one or two things that I really like. Otherwise, I buy from other sources where they've already been basically curated and I pay up for them.
Yeah. You're not the other resellers for the most part. You see the young kids and you know that they're just looking for the low-hanging fruit. With very few exceptions, they don't necessarily have the knowledge yet because they just haven't been doing it long enough. I'm not saying none of them do. Some of them really do. Like Jesse and his brother Austin that own the shop here. They're young kids, but they're really smart and they know what they're doing. For the most part, I think a lot of people are looking for the low-hanging fruit, like, for the certain hype wear and streetwear. Yeah. So it's Susan, she found him at your honey hole.
What? My honey hole up there? Which one are you talking about? My honey hole.
Don't say it.
She's not gonna say it.
I know she's not gonna say it, but I don't know if she's talking about the that one. Well, we did the video where I took us around all the different places, so I'm curious. But that's very exciting. Very exciting.
If you've ever been to the LA bins here, it gets really. So when we went to Portland, we went to the bins, and there's Chrissy took us to the bins that she likes to go to, and there's.
Well, she actually took us to all the bins. We had a bin tour where we were up there.
Well,
every day a different bin.
The bins that she likes to go to, all I have to say is I love Chrissy's inventory that she gets at the bins. I would kill to get that vintage crap anywhere here. Never mind at the bins. I have total jealousy over how much vintage she finds because I love what she sells. What she sells primarily is the stuff that I would sell primarily if I found enough of it. Yeah, I
and
love
and it just like comes to her because we'll go in with her and it's and she'll just pull it from a bin. She'll walk to a new bin,
an old bin, a bin that's already like left, been picked through. She walks by and just starts tossing things on her forearm.
Yeah, but I will say that the atmosphere at the Portland bins versus LA bins is two completely different worlds. Because in Portland, I was getting in line for a bin, and the guy asked me, "Oh, do you want to stand here? I'll move out of the way."
I'm like, what? And then he like not just scooted. He's like, "Oh yeah, you can take this one." He went around the bin to another spot.
That's funny.
Like in LA, I've seen
I've been to the Portland bins like a couple of times, and to me, they're even. I really like the one down in Salem because that's where I was living is like 20-30 minutes away from Salem, and those ones are even more chill. And at the time that I was there, when I was like really buying there a lot, it was like 2016, mostly 2016, a little into 2017. There weren't really a lot of people that were resellers that were buying the same stuff I wanted, like the vintage men's. So it was a lot easier to find stuff. And like I had a buddy there who he went every day, but he wasn't a reseller. He just liked to collect jackets. I've talked about before, Cool Jacket Jim. And so he would like grab stuff that he knew I would want and trade for stuff that I had that he wanted for himself. So it was a good deal.
Yeah, that's what Chrissy does too with the t-shirt guys. So she'll find t-shirts and pass it to the t-shirt guy that she knows, and then they'll give her the prairie dresses. They'll find
because they have they're not going to sell it. They know it. They don't care for it.
They'll give her like the beautiful Gunny Sacks dress, and then we'll go to LA bins, and you're like squeezed in like this. There's like elbows going in front of you.
Yeah.
I saw a lady almost fight. It was like a young person and like a regular bin person. They were gonna get into it. I'm just standing off on the side like, nope, I'm not gonna get involved with this.
What's Chrissy's Instagram again?
Frugal Living. She's frugal _living. Red Cake Recycle is the name of her stores on Etsy and eBay. But she's a vintage clothing seller primarily. Yeah. Sometimes she'll sell like blankets and soft goods and stuff like that, but mostly vintage clothing.
And because she's in Portland, there's lots of really, really cool stuff. Like she finds a lot of like really awesome Pendleton and just crazy stuff. But you know what's really funny is when I was won the Shine Award, and they came when I was just one of the finalists, they came and did like a video, and I got permission to have them film part of the video at the bins. And the old guys there, who are the regulars, I still hear that they still talk about how somehow because I did my video there, I ruined the bins. Because it's not possible that maybe other people figured out about the bins on their own. It was my Shine video that basically brought everybody to the bins.
That was it. You were responsible. Yeah, no, and she also has
people that saw that video.
Yeah. Well, no, she also does her try-ons for vintage stuff too sometimes on her channel too. So at Resale Revolution, she'll set up her vintage.
Yeah.
And she's great because she knows how to dress the part, and it looks great.
Yeah,
I can't go off vintage. I don't think I can. I've tried on some awkward jackets I find, and shoulder pads don't look good on me. And all the shirts, whatever reason.
You did wear a vintage dress in Hawaii.
I did. I was in a dress in Hawaii. That felt, a vintage muumuu is somewhat comfy. Just letting anyone out there know. It's very game.
A vintage muumuu is comfy. I for sure. I agree with you. There's something to be said for letting it all hang out, right?
All right, guys, we need to wrap this up, but thank you, Tiffany and Hugo, for coming on the show. And guys out there, please make sure you go find them on Instagram, Sell Quick, Ship Quick, as well as on YouTube, but especially Instagram because they put out a lot of content.
They're a lot more active on Instagram than YouTube. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. But the content is great. It's really good.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, far better than what Katie and I do on Instagram. Ours is pathetic.
I'm terrible.
Pathetic at best.
Yeah, it's just, I got work to do. Come on, I got work to do.
I know. So thanks for joining us. It definitely we've got to do more. We've got to like hang out. We've already said next time we head out to LA, I'm going to hit you guys up. We haven't been out there in a long time. We'll definitely get together and have some tacos.
And they're only 15 minutes from Will and Jenny, so we might as well just make it a whole party.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
50, not 15. 50.
50, whatever, close enough.
Clean out your ears.
Taco tours.
Taco tour for sure.
And thank you everybody out there for joining us. And remember, we will be in Arizona this weekend. So
we will do our haul video in Arizona from the Airbnb. We've done a couple there before, so you guys.
It won't be as what's the word, raucous?
Ruckus,
because we won't have all the people.
We will not have a room full of people with us. Yeah, our Arizona peeps, we're keeping them safe. We're not going to be spending time with them, but
maybe we'll have Teresa sit out like on the patio while we
yell
with a screen door.
She could just keep opening the door, peeking her head in and saying something. That works.
Anyway. All right, so we're gonna head on out of here. Thanks so much, guys, and we will see you.
Bye.
Bye.